So let's talk about one of the biggest questions on everyone's mind. How do we actually survive and maybe even thrive in the age of AI? We're going to build a survival guide by pulling together the absolute best insights from three of the sharpest minds in the field: Dr. Fei-Fei Li, Dr. Andrew Ng, and Elon Musk. Let's get right into it.
First, just to get a sense of what we're up against, check this out. Imagine a job that a company pays a human, say 30,000 baht to do. Now, what if a robot or an AI could do that exact same job for just 6,000 baht? That's 5 times cheaper. And this isn't some future prediction, this is the economic reality that's pushing this change forward right now.
And that really brings us to the heart of the matter, doesn't it? When we're faced with technology that's just flat out more efficient and in many ways smarter at certain tasks, what's left for us to do? Where do we fit in? How do we find our value in this new world? Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to face the reality that the AI revolution is already here. Then, we'll dive into the human creativity playbook from Dr. Fei-Fei Li. After that, we'll look at Dr. Andrew Ng's vision for putting AI in everyone's hands. Then, we'll hear a serious warning from Elon Musk. And finally, we'll pull it all together into your personal survival strategy. First things first. So many people think of AI as something that's, just around the corner. But here's the truth. It's not coming, it's here. We are living in the age of AI right this second. And if you want to survive, the very first step is to just accept that and understand what it really is. Dr. Fei-Fei Li, who's a director at the Stanford AI Lab, she points out that for a lot of people, the gut reaction to AI is fear. And what do we do when we're scared? We try to avoid it. But she says that is a huge mistake. Think of AI as one of the most powerful tools ever invented. If you choose not to use it, you're not keeping yourself safe. You're just making it impossible to compete with the people who do. Okay, so if we can't avoid it, how on earth do we compete with it? Well, this is where Dr. Li's core strategy comes into play. She says we need to double down on the one thing that makes us, human. Our advantage, our key to survival, is all about our creativity. And here's the key difference you have to understand. Human genius is what we call 0 to 1 innovation. It's about creating something totally new, something that just didn't exist before. AI, on the other hand, its genius is optimization. It's brilliant at digging through mountains of data that already exist to find the perfect pattern or the most efficient solution. But it can't create that zero. That's our job. That's our superpower. So you might be thinking, great, but how do you teach someone to be innovative? For the longest time, everyone just assumed you were either born creative or you weren't. But Stanford University basically said, no, we think we can teach this. And they developed a framework called Design Thinking. It's a structured, step-by-step process anyone can learn to get better at creative problem solving. It's got 5 simple steps. It all starts with empathy. You have to truly, deeply understand the person you're trying to help. Then you define the real problem you need to solve, not just what you think it is. After that, you ideate, just brainstorm tons of possible solutions, no bad ideas. Then you build a quick prototype to make your best idea real. And finally, you test it with actual people, get their feedback, and start the loop all over again. Now, this might sound a little abstract, so let's look at a powerful real-world example. A class at Stanford was given a project: go design better incubators for newborn babies in Nepal. So following that first step, empathize, the students didn't just sit in a classroom in California. They actually flew to Nepal, and what they found there completely blew their minds. The medical centers didn't need more incubators. They'd already had these expensive, high-tech machines just sitting there, collecting dust, because nobody knew how to use them or fix them. They realized they were trying to solve the completely wrong problem. So they went back to step 2, define. And after actually talking to families in the villages, they discovered the real problem. People didn't need a complicated machine in a faraway hospital. They needed something simple, cheap, and reliable that they could use right in their own homes. The final product they created was a game changer that cost only 25 bucks. It's a perfect example of how this human-centered process leads to real innovation. All right, so let's shift gears to our next expert, Dr. Andrew Ng. He's another legend from Stanford and a co-founder of Coursera. His big idea isn't just about how we compete with AI, but about how we get its power into the hands of absolutely everyone. Dr. New uses this incredible analogy. He says AI is the new literacy.
Think about it. Hundreds of years ago, only a tiny elite like priests and nobles could read and write. But when literacy spread to everyone, it completely transformed society. He believes we're at that exact same point with AI right now. It's mostly in the hands of a few engineers at giant tech companies.
And to really get what he's talking about, let's forget about big tech for a second and zoom in on a small local pizza shop. This is a real example Dr. Nang likes to use. The owner makes incredible pizza, but he's got some pretty normal business problems.
So every single day, he has to throw out some pizzas that didn't sell, which is wasted money. But at the same time, his most popular pizzas sell out way too early, and that's lost sales. Now, the crazy part is he has all his sales data written down, he knows exactly what he sells, but he has no idea how to use that information to fix his problem. And here's why. Right now, the entire AI industry is focused on what's called the head of this graph, these massive markets like online ads or web search, where you can build one giant AI and make billions. But then there's the long tail. That's the millions of other businesses, like our pizza shop. Individually, they're small, but altogether, their value is absolutely enormous. The problem is you can't build one AI for all of them. So we need a totally different way of thinking. And this is Dr. Ning's big solution, the rise of no-code AI platforms. These are tools designed for regular people, not programmers. The pizza shop owner could just upload his sales data, and the platform would help him build his own custom AI model to predict exactly how many pepperoni pizzas he needs to make on a Friday. No coding required.
Okay, we've heard about boosting our human creativity and making AI tools available to everyone. But now we need to hear from our third expert, Elon Musk, because he brings a critical and, frankly, pretty scary counterpoint. He says while we're chasing all this opportunity, we absolutely cannot ignore the massive risks. And Musk does not mince words. He believes that the danger from a powerful AI isn't like a faulty car or a plane crash. He sees it as a fundamental threat to our existence, something that could, in a worst-case scenario, actually destroy civilization as we know it. And that's why he is constantly calling for regulation. But the danger that he's most worried about in the short term isn't some kind of Terminator scenario. It's much more subtle than that. He brings up that old saying, the pen is mightier than the sword. An AI that can write better than any human could be used to create perfectly targeted, incredibly persuasive misinformation on a scale we can't even imagine, totally manipulating public opinion and tearing society apart from the inside. So, where does that leave us? We've got these three really powerful and kind of different perspectives. One says, focus on being human. One says, give the tools to everyone. And one says, be very, very careful. Let's try to pull all of these threads together into one solid strategy that we can all use. So here it is, your three-part AI survival guide. Number 1 from Dr. Li, cultivate your humanity. Lean into that 0 to 1 creativity that only you can do. Go learn a framework like design thinking. Number 2 from Dr. N, democratize your tools. Start treating AI like the new literacy, something you just have to learn. And start playing with no-code platforms to solve problems in your own life. And number 3 from Elon Musk, remain vigilant. Understand this isn't just another app on your phone. It has real risks. So support the conversation around smart regulation to make sure we build this stuff safely. And this all leaves us with one final, really provocative question from Musk that just sums up the whole challenge perfectly. As this technology gets woven deeper and deeper into our society, we have to keep asking ourselves this one thing. Are we the ones in control, using AI to build a better world, or is its power so great that in the end, it's actually using us? And that is something for all of us to think about.